What's going on, good people? It's Iceberg. Happy Tuesday to everybody out there. Hopefully your week is off to a wonderful start. Starting your day off saying your positive affirmations, speaking all of that positivity into yourself. Looking in the mirror before you even brushed your teeth, combed your hair, washed your face. Still got the cold in the eye even maybe. And saying all of the positive things to yourself, because you can look into your soul and know all of the great and wonderful things that you are. Maybe some things that are not appreciated by others as much. Maybe some things that others don't even know exist, but you love that thing about yourself. Those are the things we got to focus on. Those are the things we need to lean into, give our attention to. There may be a hidden love within that we don't really even recognize can be, let's say, monetized. So it could be the thing that you love about yourself and that you love, and you can find a way to monetize that and take care of yourself and not have to do other things. You can go on vacations and buy lavish things for yourself. You just never know what happens. There's people who monetize their beauty all of the time. Beauty doesn't have to just be in a physical form. It can be something else within you. If you have a gift for certain things, you're going to know that by looking into yourself and giving yourself credit, giving yourself grace, allowing yourself the space, the room, and the opportunity to grow by removing clutter from your life. Clutter comes in all forms. Sometimes it's activities, habits, vices. Sometimes it's people. Some people have, or some of us have, other people cluttering up our life. And maybe we need to, give those relationships a little space. That doesn't mean you have to stop having a relationship with anybody, but if there's a certain relationship that is taking more capacity than you really have to give to that, because you would really want to devote some of it to some other areas, that's maybe some of that self-evaluation that you have to do to make sure that everything and everybody is in its proper place and priority in your life. But again, these are all things that only you can answer. You have to do these evaluations yourself. Yes, others, me even talking to you or reminding you, can help you to remember to do it, and maybe even guide you through it, how to, but you actually have to be the one to do it, because none of us know what it is that you have going on in your head and what you have experienced. None of us have been there for all of your experiences and how those experiences impact the way you think today. So make sure you take that time out for yourself. Make sure you do that self-check, that self-evaluation, a self-inspection, if you will. And a lot of states, you have to take your vehicle to be inspected each year. I know here in North Carolina, we have to take our vehicles for an emissions test and inspection and stuff every year. So we do that. And if you're smart, you actually check your vehicle more frequently than that. You're doing preventive maintenance checks on your vehicle. You got to change your oil more than once a year. You're checking your tires, your wipers, all of those different things, your fluid levels. So if you're going to check your vehicle, why are you not going to check yourself? And why wouldn't you have yourself as even more important than that vehicle? Well, the vehicle, I need that to get to work. Okay, well, you need you to get to work. There's nothing that you're going to say that's not going to start with you, and you being the catalyst of it. If you need to be here to help and support other people, you have to be healthy. So if you're not taking care of yourself, and you're the one that's going to get sick because you're not taking time out for your mental or whatever else that you need the time for, and you're the one who gets sick, how are you going to help all those other people who are dependent on you? Again, they say put on your mask first and then help the children and the people who are around you who cannot do it themselves. You got to take care of yourself first in these instances, because you're going to pass out trying to help everybody else. And that's what you're setting yourself up for in life if you're not taking the time to do something for your own mental health. It's guaranteed. If you're not taking the time and you don't have things built into your life to decompress and to kind of pull you back, I'm figuratively, not literally, but pull you back off the ledge, let's say. I'm not saying you're about to jump off of a ledge, but things are pushing you to your limit. If you don't have anything to kind of help you decompress from that, then what do you think is going to happen? You're going to go overboard. You're going to fall overboard. So make sure it's imperative. It's one of the most important things that you do in your life is to make sure that you're putting the time or taking the time in your life to take care of yourself. If you don't have time for yourself, how can you have time for anybody else? So make sure you're doing your self-check, people. I know we normally talk about this on Wednesdays, and we may talk about it again tomorrow. But make sure that you are doing this self-check for yourself. There's nothing more important. If you're not healthy, you can't make the money. If you're not healthy, you can't take care of the kids and the mom or dad that you might be taking care of. If you have to take care of your mom and dad, that means that they may be, sick or something like that, right? So what happens when you get sick? Because you're not taking any time for yourself in the middle of this process. Who's going to take care of you and mom or dad? Now y'all need somebody to take care of all of y'all. Just because you didn't take a little bit of time for yourself when you know you needed it. Listen to your body. Your body tells you. If you're feeling anxiety, if you feel different. Let's just put it like that. Let's not even put these big words on it, anxiety and stuff like that you have to define in your head what that even means. If you feel different, pay attention to that. It means something to you. Yes, your body telling you something. Listen to your body. Don't ignore it. Don't say, oh, it'll go away. It might go away, but it might come back too. So listen to your body. So y'all know how I do. Y'all know, again, what these messages are about in the morning. Y'all know what you're here for, more than likely. If you're new, thank you for coming in. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button if you are new to the channel. We like to do these morning messages to not only make sure that we're keeping people in tune with their mental health, but also encouraging people to learn new things about themselves. Let me find out what's going on with this truck here. He's just like in the road doing nothing. Sorry about that. But also encourage people to stay on the grind. I mean, there's a lot of things out here in the world that are going to attempt to tear you down. There's no shortage of things. They're going to continue to exist. No matter what is happening, there's going to be somebody out there, it's since the beginning of time, that because you maybe are being blessed or doing well, for whatever reason, they dislike that. Can't understand it, can't explain it, and it's not really for you to understand if you're not that way. What it is for you to understand is that it exists and how to navigate with the existence of these things. So some of the things that are happening in the world around us, people who we consider, when you call them haters and stuff like that, it's like, why do they dislike this person just because, why do they dislike this person? Without even putting a just because on it. Why do they dislike this person? And if you ask that person, they cannot give you a real reason why. It's just something in them. So whenever you get that, or you understand that about the person, just accept that, put them in that place in your head, and know that's what you're dealing with. So a lot of times it seems like people in this world, when they notice something about a person or learn something about a person, they attempt to try to change that about the person. Well, instead of trying to change it, unless it's your job to try to help this person change it, but instead of trying to change it in a person, first things first, before you even go to any kind of trying to change it, you have to accept that they are that way. You have to put them in that place in your mind, so you know that when you are dealing with this person, this is what this person is subject to be like or do, so I understand that going in. If a person is known to not tell the truth. You know this about the person. You know the person well enough to know it. You need to know that and have that in your head going into the conversation. So whenever they're telling you things, if some parts of it seem believable and other parts do not seem believable, there may be a reason for that. And it could be that none of it's believable, or none of it's true. Even though some of it may be believable, none of it may be true. But understand that when a person tells you who they are, when situations about people or with people tell you who they are, accept it. Don't ignore it. Accept it, and then you move accordingly from there. Don't romanticize people in your head thinking that they are better than what they are showing you, or maybe they're going to be better than what they have shown you in the past, or they're getting better. That's fine. All of us should be getting better, and all of us should be working towards growing and getting better. However, understand where a person is at that current moment in their process, and make sure you put them in that place in your head whenever you are interacting with and dealing with them. Because if you're romanticizing them and putting them in a better place than they actually are, then you're probably not hearing the message that they're saying to you in the right frame, because you may be taking it all as truth when a lot of it, some of it, a portion of it is not truth, but you've accepted it all as truth because you romanticize this person in your head. There's a whole bunch of other ways that we romanticize people in our heads, and it ends up being to our detriment because we have not paid attention to who this person is actually telling us they are. So when it comes to opening your eyes on these things, yes, I want you to, in the mornings, when you first start your day, speak the positive affirmations to yourself. This is you, one-on-one. It's talking to yourself. Nobody else is around. First thing in the morning in the mirror. Like I said, before you brushed your teeth, before you did any of that stuff. But then when you step out here into this world, you have to accept the people as what they are showing you they are. Don't put them in a place that they don't belong or make them out to be better than who they are for whatever reason. It doesn't matter if they're a celebrity, an athlete, a family member, anything like that. It doesn't matter who a person is. When they show you who they are, accept it as what it is, and then you move forward from there. Now, yes, if you accept it for what it is, for example, you got somebody in your family that is a drug addict, right? Accept it as what it is. What are drug addicts known to do? Some of them like to steal things and stuff like that. So if you want to romanticize this person in your head and be like, yeah, they a drug addict, but they ain't going to steal from me, you're going to get all your stuff stolen. But if you want to say this person is a drug addict and I love them, so yeah, I'm still going to allow them around, but I'm going to keep my eye on them. They know anything come up missing, my foot's in their butt. They know I got my eye on them, all that stuff. And I'm going to also at the same time try to help them get the help they need so they're no longer a drug addict. Those two different ways of seeing things. So you understand what I'm saying? Don't romanticize people in your head and paint them out to be something better than they actually are in that moment. Allow them to be what they are, see them as who they are, and then you can move forward with love or whatever from that point with that person. So just a little bit for y'all to chew on. I'm going to get in here on the grind, good people. Y'all make sure y'all have a wonderful Tuesday. It's a rainy, potentially severe weather day here in North Carolina, Zone 7B, and I think across a lot of the East Coast. So y'all make sure y'all stay safe out there. I know a lot of my subscribers, listeners, viewers are on the East Coast. So if any of this weather is impacting you, they closed schools here today. So I don't know what we're expecting, actually. I mean, all I see is rain in the forecast, but I saw last night where it said they closed schools here today. So maybe they're expecting something more severe than what I've even seen. But if it does come your way, make sure you're safe. Make sure you have your protection plans in place. Make sure you have your evacuation plans in place, and that everybody in your family, including the babies, know what to do when the situation happens. So you don't have to be scrambling around. You do fire drills in school starting kindergarten. First time you get in school, you start doing fire drills. So your babies can start to learn to do fire drills at home even earlier than that. 3 and 4-year-olds can understand this stuff. 2-year-old may be able to as well, depending on how advanced and developed they are. So start early with your babies on understanding what to do in emergencies. What that do if a tornado comes through or a hurricane comes through and a tree falls on the house. You have to educate your babies that the power goes out. Instead of them just start screaming, what they can do. Educate them early, good people. Let's prepare these next generations for this stuff, as opposed to them being afraid of everything and everything being startling and shocking, and they don't know what to do, and it just shuts their life down because they don't know how to function. We got to do better, good people. Y'all make sure y'all have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves and take care of your mental health, and make sure you're doing something good for yourself and for somebody else today, good people. Until next time, this is Iceberg. Salute.